Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of My Scrappy Ideas. This is Tina Gale. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and if you're back for another one, today I have another layout that is for My Scraps and More challenge on the forum, and this is for one of our theme challenges on Tuesday, May 26th, so be sure to hop on over and play along with us if you'd like. And so the theme that I'm going with, we usually have a couple of different things that we can choose from, and this one is for flowers. So I'm using flowers in the background. The photos are roses that my daughter got, and the whole story behind the photos and everything that I'm going to tell is all about flowers. So that would be the challenge, is to include the flowers or one other of the themes on My Scraps and More. And my challenge along with that is to scrap a tradition and to use gold. So you'll see as I explain here about the layout how I pulled those in. And so the first thing that I'm doing is just cutting down this wood grain background to have just a little bit of the kind of pinky, peachy colored cardstock showing on the very, very back. And then I'm going to cut down this floral background to kind of go behind my photo as my main big mat. And then I have this pink striped, it's not a real hard stripe, but kind of a watercolor stripe that's going to go behind that photo between it and the flower, and that's going to help separate it, because with that busy background floral print, then the photo kind of gets lost in it. So one of the things that you can do is to break it apart with other pattern papers. And I'm going to have a tag over on the right hand side, but if you weren't going to do that, then you'd want to put some other colors of paper, solids or something, behind the rest of that photo. But I know that I'm going to be putting more over there, so I'm not worried about building that side up. All of these papers, most of them are crepe paper, but they're different lines. So I have some crepe paper Serendipity, Kiss Kiss, Flea Market. I have some Craft Market stickers from them. And then the embellishments are from Heidi Swap and Maggie Holmes. So I used a big collection of different papers, although most of them are from one manufacturer of crepe paper. And you can find all of those in the My Scraps and More store. So be sure to hop on over there to shop and use the Mayflowers 20 code to save 20% off. Okay, so back to the layout. I am just cutting up different pieces of paper. I know I want that kind of a big square background behind my photo, and then I'm going to create some longer strips, kind of border pieces underneath the photo to kind of ground it. And so I'm playing around here, and you'll see that I have this dark pink because I'm thinking, well, I need something a little bit heavier to ground that. I'm not completely happy with it, and it is going to go away. I ended up finding this kind of a teal color that has a polka dot, and I like it much better because it pulls out the blues that are in this floral paper, but yet it still provides the weight that I needed for the bottom of that layout underneath that photo and stuff. And so I end up going with it, and I'm just dovetailing the ends of that banner, or that strip of paper, to kind of make the banner shapes. And I'm going to tuck it up underneath there. And then part of that Kiss Kiss line is this ledger paper with all these words on it. And so I have that below my photo. And then I also have another piece of that paper that kind of looks the same way, that has lots of different phrases and things on it. And so I cut one of those out, and this one here that I'm inking, it says, "You'll always be my Valentine," because these photos are from my daughter at Valentine's Day, and she absolutely adores flowers. So my husband always gets her roses or some type of flowers, but she does particularly like roses, and so this year she got a dozen red roses, and he had them waiting for her when she got home from work that night. And so I snapped a quick pic of her and stuff, because flowers just make her day. And so after a long day of work, it was a welcome sight. So this story, like I said, my challenge to use is to scrap a tradition and to use gold in your layout. So this, entire story of this layout is all about the tradition of my daughter getting flowers each Valentine's Day from her daddy, and also throughout the year and stuff, but we're just documenting this one particular time of this Valentine's Day this last year. So yeah, and you have to forgive me. I am still fighting issues with the video editing software, and I'm hoping that this one will go all the way through. I'm going to try to add still shots at the end, but that is one of the glitches in this, and so if there's not, be sure to hop on over to my blog and there'll be close-up photos and still shots of this layout. So I apologize, but I'm trying to keep up with my schedule since I've been back from vacation, and I think I'm on day 4 now of fighting with my computer, and so it's just really frustrating. So I feel like I'm a little bit off because I'm just really frustrated. Okay, so back to the layout. So I have the one little phrase that I cut, and then that pink banner that I had cut for the bottom. I decided I really wanted it in there because I wanted some more of that pink. So I end up just trimming it down, and so I'm just going to have those 2 little banner pieces sticking out from the photos. And then I have the sticker that says, "Today is the best kind of day," and I'm just going to pop dot that up over on to the photo, kind of closer to that. And if you'll notice, I think it showed in the video. I don't know. I got to talking and missed it if it did. But when I cut that floral piece, I was like turning it round and round and round, and then I pulled that sticker out. And the thing that I was doing was just trying to get the darker pieces to the bottom of that paper so that it had the weight down there. And then also I knew that area below that sticker, I'm going to write my journaling in there. So I wanted light enough paper that my journaling was going to show up. And I knew the sticker was going to go at the top, and so whatever was up there wasn't really that important because it was going to get covered up. So anytime I'm putting that paper down, I'm kind of thinking ahead of where I'm planning on going, even though I never really, I don't normally plan out the entire layout before I start videotaping. I'm usually, sometimes I have a general idea, sometimes I know nothing at all, and I just turn the video camera on, so you see my whole thought process. So that's what I was doing in the beginning when I was turning that floral paper around and stuff. So now I'm just pulling out the rest of the embellishments. I have this sticker sheet from the Crepe Paper Craft Market, and it's just lots of little different phrases. And so the 3 that I chose to use on this says, "This makes me so happy," "One of our favorite traditions," and "Because I love you." And so I'm going to end up putting those up on the right hand side. And then I had this floral bouquet, and I really liked it up at the top right. And if you're recreating this layout, it works up there to create a diagonal flow of embellishments across the page from the top right to the bottom left. And so I was really liking that. But since I'm using these little phrase stickers and my hearts and all of that, I pulled it down to the bottom left. And so that's going to complete that cluster down there. And I pop dotted the part underneath the flowers, and then just adhered the bottom part, the little cone part that's the bottom, the stems of the flowers, down flat to the page just to create some interest. And then I have these heart enamel shapes that are from Heidi Swap, and I'm fitting those in. I have 3 different ones that they all have the same colors from the color scheme. And so I was just kind of popping those around, figuring out the balance for each one of my little clusters. And so I have the pink one at the bottom that says "Love It." And then I've added the one to the right that has the green, the minty green, because I needed more of that popped up over there to kind of go with the bottom till piece of paper that the banner's at the bottom. And so that's going to finish out that green color in that cluster. And then, so now I've just got my little word stickers. And then that one at the top, I'm going to move that heart over because it doesn't really flow up there. And I kind of thought, well, maybe I could switch it out for the green, but I really need that green there. And so you're going to see that when I get the rest of the title and everything over, I'm going to move that floral heart over, and it's going to look much better. And so I have these gold foil stickers, and they're from Heidi Swap as well. And they just had these little circle pieces, and so I thought that was really pretty. And so I'm just going to pop those around almost like enamel dots throughout my clusters. And then I just take my liquid glass and put some little sequins down. The sequins are the confetti sequins from the Maggie Holmes collection. Those are fairly new, and you can find those in the My Scraps and More store as well. And so my favorite little way to adhere those are with my liquid glass from Close to My Heart. Okay, so here I'm moving that heart over again because I know my cluster really needs to kind of keep up on that side. It just didn't flow very well, and I'm still kind of going with that diagonal embellishment strip. And then I'm going to pull out my other sticker sheet that's from the Craft Market stickers, and it has this smile that's kind of in the marquee letters. And so I'm just going to use that as part of my title, and it needed just a little bit more, so I found that gold foil sticker, and that pretty much finishes it. So thanks so much for joining me, and be sure to hop on over to my blog to see some still shots of the layout, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.